Welcome to Just Hair Me Out, a podcast about love, life, and hair. I'm Barbara. I've spent over 38,000 hours coloring hair.
Hi, I'm Demetra, and I've spent over 1,000 weeks with scissors in my hands.
With 50 clients a week in our chairs and 22 years on our feet, doing hair is not our hobby, it's our hustle. We've navigated salon politics and then opened salon suites of our own in 2020. We choose dogs over kids, skinny marks over beer, and we've only fired 3 clients each. Welcome back, everyone. So today's episode is going to be what to expect in hair and fashion trends for 2024.
Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year. Before we get into that, I just wanted to circle back. I have been made aware that an episode we just put out, I made a mistake. I said that the rapture was 7 days. Apparently it's 7 years.
What?
Do you remember you said to me, only 7 days? Yeah, it's 7 years.
Shut up. Oh my gosh.
So, big goof on my part.
Wow.
Damn it, I'm not perfect. But
well, you're pretty close. You're pretty close.
Oh, thank you. So this is hilarious, though. I remembered something, and I was like racking my brain. Where did I first hear about the rapture? Okay. One of my favorite shows of all time is 6 Feet Under.
Never saw it.
Oh, Demetra.
I know. I need to watch more TV. Instead, I'm always organizing my house.
Oh, you're fine. So listen, it is so interesting because it's a show about a family that owns a mortuary.
Okay.
And so the beginning of every single episode, you're seeing just a person you don't even know. You don't know the character. Somebody dies within the first couple minutes. And then the episode is like the family. It's about the family and their situations, but that they're like preparing that body.
Oh, I might like it. What's it called? 6 Feet Under?
Yes, it is a
classic.
Wait.
What's it on? 6 Feet Under?
It might be Netflix right now. It was originally HBO.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But anyway, okay, I'm getting a little ADD on you.
Okay.
Second, I got to say this real quick. One of the best things about getting older is every 10 years or so, you forget the storyline of your favorite TV shows. So you can just watch them over again.
Oh, never thought of that.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Not bad. Not bad.
So I just started rewatching 6 Feet Under because I looked it up. That's where I heard about the rapture. So this episode starts and it's kind of funny because you come to think oh, what's going to happen now? Because it's, new episode, random person. And you're like, oh no, how are they going to die? Or there's a dinner party and one of them is going to die. And
oh my God.
This woman, I can't remember the exact, I'm not quite at that episode yet, but I saw a little clip of it. So I know this is the show. This woman is super religious and she's driving her car and she's waiting for the rapture to happen. She knows it's going to happen any day now. So she's driving her car and there's I think a warehouse or a truck. There's an accident, and at the warehouse, they have blow up dolls, sex dolls. The ones that are with their mouth open,
Oh
okay.
Boy, this sounds great already.
And I know this is total nonsense because they're filled with helium. Okay. I think a regular blow up doll is just the air from your lungs. Anyhow, these are filled with helium and so an accident happens and they start flying away. So it's naked sex dolls flying up into the sky. And she's watching and she thinks it's the rapture. She dies. I can't remember if it's a car accident.
Okay, you know what? I can't wait till we're done filming. I'm going straight to the TV to put this on.
Oh my gosh. But just the irony of it, something as perverse. I'm sorry, no shame if you're into sex dolls. But it's not something that a religious person would be really interested in.
Right.
Actually, they could be. Okay, another topic.
Oh yeah.
The rapture is 7 years, and that's a long time for your pet to be with a stranger. Just saying. But they're probably going to heaven before you, so don't worry.
Right, exactly.
All dogs go to heaven. So, I gotta say, when I started looking up, like, what are we expecting in trends for 2024,
Mm-hmm.
we're continuing with some of this 90s stuff. And I am so excited because I've been 90s since the 90s, and now I'm going to be cool again. Isn't this great?
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh my God, just wait long enough and you'll be cool again.
Exactly. Everything comes back. Everything comes back.
It does. Um, so as far as accessories, I was kind of surprised, but I have seen this lately.
Mm-hmm.
A big deal for 2024 is headbands and really oversized bows. Did you see this?
I did. And the, like kind of like a banana clip, but a modern
Oh,
version of the clip.
ah,
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Yes.
And what are you seeing as far as
Um,
haircuts?
so as far as like haircuts, it's still everyone just loves the curtain bang. That's kind of been the trend for 2 to 3 years, but they're kind of transitioning out of that and doing more of face framing angles, more so like longer, right? So that and yes, millennials are gonna not like this one. The side part and bangs, a
Yay!
side bang, kind of like, well, Barbara, what you're wearing right now is definitely going to be huge, like a bang kind of to the side. All right. And also bobs, but not the bob you're thinking. We're talking multi different lengths and very angled again. We're talking stacked bobs, very angular, down to here, very angled. So lots of bobs and angles again, which is very 90s. Going back to the
Yeah.
90s. So if you remember, angles and bobs were very, very in. But I think they're going to do a collab with, for a little bit, you know, you had that lob thing about like
Hmm.
7 years ago. That was really big. But that was really with like middle parting, right? So this
Yeah.
is going to be different. This is going to be side parting, ankle bobs. And if your hair is on the longer side, you're literally just doing long, just face framing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually saw them describing bombshell hair, like 90s bombshell,
Hmm.
where the layers start below your chin, like having long
Hmm.
layers, but
Yeah,
you
that's what
know,
I'm saying. Like starting here and all of it's going to be more like just really angled, but all longer. No, like if you're doing a bang, it's going to be a side part bang. It's going to be a very distinct side part. If you're doing anything else, like it's going to be below the chin and coming
yeah.
this way, you know, basically. And
And a
very
lot of
voluminous. Sorry.
oh, no worries. You said you were saying voluminous?
Yeah, very voluminous blowouts, like bigger
Yeah.
hair. So if you're doing blowouts, it's going to be big, not very flat. But
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know who's going to want this. You need to have some layering to your hair in order to get the volume. So just remember that, you know, keep that in mind. And then it's also very freestyle. So if you're not one that blows out their hair and doing a voluminous blowout, it's very freestyle, very natural. People just kind of letting their hair air dry, going with a natural kind of look.
Sounds good. I saw something saying a lot of blunt cuts when you're talking about the bobs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, very sharp
which,
angles, very sharp. There'll still be an angle and lobs, but blunt. You know,
yeah.
they're not going to be very textury. They're going to be very like smooth, clean lines.
Yeah. Well, and that goes along with the hair color. They were saying, I was reading something about how the blunt lines will make the hair look healthier than the
Mm-hmm.
like wispy, beachy ends, you know? And then the hair color is really going with what looks healthy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, highlights and blondes to be more of a honey or like buttery color,
Mm-hmm.
goldeny, like what the sun would do, and also not going like crazy bright at the root. Like if you even if you have bright blonde hair, to have it be more gradual, to mimic what the sun would do.
Right. Yeah, shiny hair is going to be really in. So, however, you can
Shiny.
create the shine, which is kind of funny because I'm going to get a haircut today and I'm doing a ton of layers. I'm going to do the
Nice.
opposite of what's in. I'm going to go wild and just, you know, I'm not trendsetter. I'm not one for trends, but you know, I'm all for what looks good on you, you know, but some people, they want to know the trends. I'm curious though, who the hell makes up the trends? Right?
I
Where does that
don't
come
know for
from?
sure, but I gotta say, it seems like all these things, when you look at like what is the next thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's going back to the fashion shows, like runway shows, what
Right.
they're asking people, the hairdressers to do on their models.
Okay.
I can't remember. I want to say it was Christian Siriano. Someone like had really large, exaggerated bows, and all of a sudden, like everyone's supposed to have a bow in their hair.
Okay. Got it. Because I was wondering, like, where does it actually come? Because I had to do a lot of research yesterday, and I wanted to make sure that the information that I was putting out was legit. I didn't go to just like one thing. I looked up like 5 different things just to
Yeah,
see, because this isn't me saying this is what's trendy. This is
right.
like me trying to do research to kind of put it out there, for everybody else.
Me too. And I
Yeah.
think the gist of what I was seeing is like 70s and 90s,
Mm-hmm.
a little of
Right.
both. Also, I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
Demetra, about okay, so I saw all about curtain bangs, and
Mm-hmm.
then I was also seeing Birkin bangs.
Oh my
Do you
God. We're talking
know?
about, is that like similar to a merkin?
No, no.
If you've seen our previous episode, you know what a merkin is.
Birkin, like the Birkin bag. So okay, we'll
Mhm.
talk about this later.
Okay.
Birkin bangs is like a 70s thing, apparently.
Oh,
But
okay.
sometimes there's like 17 terms for one little hair aspect, and
Drives
we
me
can't keep
nuts.
up.
I mean, honestly, who comes up with these effing names for the
I
exact
know.
same? Oh, sorry. Drives me
I had
crazy.
I had a high school kid come in and tell me they wanted like butterfly moonshine rainbow highlights, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I
You're
look
like,
it up, and I was
did you
like,
take a gummy? Like, where's it? What
and
are you
I'm
talking
like,
about? Moonshine?
"You look it up." Oh, moonshine's liquor, isn't it?
It
Sorry.
sure is,
Anyway,
girlfriend.
moonbeams. I'm just like they come up with these like nature
Oh,
words, and then I was like looking it up, and it's like, oh, it's baby lights that are toned to be beige. Okay.
well, thank goodness for
Anyway,
the internet, right?
thank God. Well, and last year I remember it was hilarious. Like, okay, because I know a lot of like the hairstylists that were my mentors, who I just think are so amazing. And, they're like, 10, 15 years older than me. And they have all these like standard haircuts that everything is based off of.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this makes sense to you, Demetra. But I want to say are there like 5 or 6 standards, and then
Mm-hmm.
everything else is like based off of those or a combination of two.
Yeah, it
And
is.
so when they came out with the wolf haircut, it's like, I guess 2023 way to say a shag.
Yeah, a shag. Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had someone come in. I want the wolf. I'm like, oh, you want the shag? They're like, what? I don't want that. That's from like the 70s. I'm only, I'm a 1995 baby. And I'm like, it's a shag, darling. It's a shag.
You're like, bitch, I have bras as old as you. Anyway,
Or not anymore. I don't know. I don't like wearing bras anymore. They're
I know.
overrated.
Hey, do you know what butterfly layers are?
Well,
I'm sure you do. I just mean, do you know the term?
yes. It's meant to give you that look of like how the butterfly is, right? Butterfly looks like this. And
Oh,
so that's kind of where they come up with the different names. And also the butterfly layering in the look is really meant more for the front instead of it actually going all the way into the back. It's more of the illusion of what it's giving you around the front.
oh,
Am I
okay.
answering your question?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
again, these are all just names of something that has, that already has existed. So, if you're a hairdresser out there and someone comes in and you hear something and you're scared, just Google it. I'm sure you already know what to do and how to do
Yeah.
the haircut.
Exactly.
It's just a different name, that's all.
Yeah. I had somebody, there was a trend that came up and I hadn't yet heard of it. And it was galaxy hair. And I
Oh, I
looked it
haven't
up.
heard of
I
that
mean,
one. What's that?
it's a hair color thing, but it's really
Oh,
using the colors or making the hair essentially look like the night sky if you're looking at the whole galaxy. So like blues and purples and
oh,
dark pinks and green. Like what just think of a picture of the galaxy.
sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
I
Galaxy
mean,
hair.
yeah. I mean, if you're not like on the creative side of doing hair, then that can be overwhelming. You know, hearing about that, you're like, wait, what? But it really is pretty simple.
It's beautiful, just don't wash it.
Right, exactly.
Also, I would like to know, I did not look it up, eyelash bangs are a big deal. Does that mean that they
Bangs.
are like eyelash bangs? They go to your eyelashes, or are they supposed to look like lashes? Like eyelashes, like up here. Like if you take off
Oh,
your fake lashes and put them up here.
That's a good point. They're probably bangs that are coming to the eyelash. Because I can't, I mean, that would be really weird. Eyelashes.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, that one is one we might have to Google. Unless someone knows
Ooh.
what it is, go ahead and message us. Um,
So I saw another thing that was really cool, braided updos.
mm,
Like updos with a lot of braids. That seems cool. Also, when people have really curly hair, having the curly haircut be very round, like a round shape.
that's what I'm doing today.
Excellent. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to bring up brunettes, like a really cool brunette, like a
Mm-hmm.
metallic, violet-y, smoky brunette.
Ooh.
Or just going the total opposite with like warm chestnut browns, like some cooler reds in the
Yeah.
brown.
Okay. Oh.
But I also about 15 years ago, I had somebody come to me for the first time. I'd never met them before, and she came in for a hair color appointment, and she pulled out of her purse from the grocery store chestnuts to show me what color of chestnut brown she wanted her hair to be.
Shut the shut. Come on.
I was looking around for a camera. There wasn't one. She was
So,
just bringing me chestnuts.
okay. So okay. All right. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, she really knew what color she wanted. How far off from that was she?
Not too bad. It's just like my thing is everybody sees color differently actually. And so like that's why swatches can be so helpful
Mm-hmm.
because when you're looking at something, I mean every hair colorist knows what you mean by like coffee color, chocolatey,
Mm-hmm.
and chestnut. I know what that means. Um but it's not going to help me to see it in a different medium such as the actual nut. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
mean the woman. I don't mean the woman. I mean the chestnuts.
Right. I hear what you're saying. I just turned really pink. I just turned really pink.
Um, oh, also another color trend that is, I feel like it's been happening already, but it's definitely going to keep going strong is the blonde, BRONDE, meaning that
Oh.
happy medium between blonde and brown. But really, that is super achieved by doing highlights and lowlights next to each other.
Oh. Haven't
Mhm.
seen that in a while.
Yeah, it's a little bit like
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston, which is like, everyone wants that hair, but maybe not the lightest blonde in there. Just like,
Right.
that
More
sort of
of
thing.
those undertones. Yeah.
And I'm so happy that Cowboy Copper is out.
What was it? I mean, what was that?
I
Like
just
just
personally do not like orange hair. This is
me
a big
either.
debate. Like people say redhead, but they really mean orange or copper.
Right.
And then when you say redhead, do you want to be like true red, actual red? Um, do you want it to look like it could grow out of your head that way? These are a lot of things we need to know.
Right. Because I know a lot of people like that red that's like this. Like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm talking about? It has like or has that purpley undertone. And believe it or not,
Yeah.
what is that called? Because when you think of a redhead here, I'm gonna show you this.
Well, people say,
Like this color. Oh, she wants to be a redhead, kind of
oh,
growing out naturally, more of orange. But we
that's what I mean.
call it a redhead. But the ones that want to like this or violety, that's red. Why don't we call that redheads?
I don't know who started it, but redhead is a slang term. It actually means
Okay.
orange.
Right. It is. It is orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we try to say like nicer words to describe the softer versions, like a natural redhead. Some of them are like super fiery, but a lot of them are like a brown that has copper in it, or the
Right, like an
strawberry blonde thing.
amber or yeah,
Yeah,
amber, strawberries, right.
yeah.
Those are more your natural tones, I would think, which is more of like that orangey. And then the ones that aren't natural is that crazy red that I showed.
Oh yeah, like a true red. Nobody has true red hair.
Naturally, no, not at all.
And
But you see a lot of people that want to wear it though, too.
yeah. Well, and pretty much every red will have be leaning either orangey red or blue red, you know?
Sure. That's
So true red would be that cap you're showing. And people might call that like clown red, you know, like it almost looks like a wig. I do
right.
think it's pretty, but I almost always like it leaning toward the blue,
Okay.
like a blue undertone. I think it's so pretty. If
Yeah.
somebody has like a real light complexion and light blue eyes, that really
Oh,
strong red is so pretty.
yeah. Actually, it really is. It is.
And I will say,
Yeah.
people who are natural redheads or lean into being a redhead, when they color their hair like a natural tone of a redhead, meaning copper, I do think that is so pretty.
I think I think it's gorgeous when it's natural. I don't
Yeah.
like it when, let's say, you're a blonde or you're my color, trying to achieve that. For one,
Yeah.
it's very hard to last. It washes
Yeah.
out. It's a very hard. You're like at a level 6, 7 already, which most people kind of are. But to
Yeah.
create, reds are hard to begin with, right? Don't they like wash out very easily? It's hard because the pigment is kind of in the middle of the roads. You're not deep enough to last. You're not light enough. You know what I mean? Like, does that make
Yeah.
sense? It just is a weird, I don't know. But
Yeah.
for natural redheads, I love it. And if you're trying to keep
Yeah.
up your own natural color, I think it could be gorgeous. But people trying to achieve
Yeah.
that cowboy copper that you were saying, I didn't see too many people that I liked in it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't their more natural.
Yeah.
I think
Like
that's good for.
if you were ever a redhead, like as a kid or something, you just have to be selective with who's trying to be a redhead if you aren't already. But
Yeah.
definitely, if you're starting to go a bit gray and have some white hairs going on, when you add in hair color that's that nice natural copper, it's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
pretty.
There's a reason why they tell you not to go too far from what your natural is, because hair coloring also plays into what your natural pigment is of your skin, right? So if you're
Yeah.
trying, like for me, I look horrible as a blonde. Horrible. I mean, really bad. I have a lot of, don't look at today because I have absolutely no makeup on. And I have a lot of red going on in my skin tone, but I'm very olive and I have a lot of pigment to my skin. So trying to do blonde doesn't look good. I can look good with a few highlights, whatever, but they always have to be on the cool side to offset that warmth in my skin, but I personally like being a brunette. I love having my dark hair. I think, again,
Me
but I
too.
think it's because it looks best with my skin tone. Just
Yeah.
like with cutting, I tell a lot of people, if you have a colic or let's say the trends now, right? Side part. But let's say you have such a severe colic that like you have to wear it like in the middle. I would say don't fight it. You're going to look better where your hair wants to fall naturally. If you're trying
Yeah.
to fight something just to make it trendy or be in style or cool, you're going to look probably not cool because that's not really meant for your look.
I can't stand it when somebody wants like short, like a pixie cut,
Mm-hmm.
but they have wavy hair and they want it, or curly hair, and they want it to lay straight. Why would you commit to that? Like, you can't actually have the look you want unless you blow dry it straight and it's that short.
Ooh,
It's just like,
actually that's so much work. And then you'd have
it
to get
is.
relaxers or treatments to help like make it easier. Why would anybody want to put that much work?
I don't know. By the way, I did see that if you're doing a pixie cut, that is going to be in like a wavy pixie, like or
Ooh.
wearing like the waves through the top.
I love pixies. The people that
Yeah.
can wear it, I'm all for it. I had a pixie a long time ago.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I was a pixie girl. Oh, did I talk about the halo cut?
No.
Okay, when we were talking about the weird names of haircuts. Okay, I don't even know what this is, but they were saying it's a relaxed, longer bowl cut. So it's just like super shaggy, and you're pretty much carving out their face.
All one length and it goes under.
Yeah.
Back to the 70s, what you mentioned earlier, between a 70s and a 90s.
I also have a great picture of myself in the 70s with a bowl haircut.
Ooh, we might have to post our pixie bowl haircuts.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to have to show people how stylish we were.
The pixie was way cuter.
Yeah.
Well, the bowl was cute, but it's because I was little. Anyway. You know, when someone's like underneath the age of 5, it's like, well, it's always cute.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to be stylish in 2024, but our own version and what looks good on us, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes. Don't overdo it.
I am so glad the side part is back because mine has been on the side the whole time.
I used to wear a
excited.
side part. I love a side part, but because I'm losing so much hair, I used to part it here on this side. Mm-hmm. But then like I'm losing so much hair that like my hairline is going out. So it looks like I have a really big forehead. So again, perfect example, I tried switching my part. And because I have this weird colic here, it doesn't go. Yeah. So it's like I'm kind of stuck with this off center. Like if I'm having a good day and use a lot of product, I can get it to go to the side. But sometimes I'll like flop in my face. You know, look at it. Just because I know how to do hair doesn't mean I don't have bad hair days.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Well, I cut with my right, blow dry with my left. So I don't know. I'm a right-handed person for the most part. But
brush in the right hand?
Left.
Oh, so you hold the blow dryer in your right hand. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
So you're like weird. A little bit ambidextrous?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, yes. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was that. Oh my God, I didn't know this about you.
Maybe that's why my blowouts are so good. And my client's like, oh my God, I went a whole week without washing my hair. You know, who knows?
I think so. You should lead with that. Oh my God.
I love you.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, don't look at her tight butt. She is ambidextrous. Holy shit.
I love you.
So,
you're too funny.
I always tell people, like, a lot of times, well, if you're blow drying properly, and I don't mean to say, like, everyone at home should be, because, you know, you learn stuff when you're professionally doing hair. But a lot of times people part on the opposite side. Like I'm right-handed, and so I almost always part over here, and I like to throw it throughout the day, but the style is on that side because of how I hold the brush. A lot of times if you're right-handed, you hold the brush with your right hand when you're styling.
Exactly.
So if someone is actually holding a brush with their left hand, they're left-handed, and therefore also it would be parted on the right side if you're a left-handed person.
I used to like brushes here. This is my right side, so I used to go that way.
Yeah. Also, when I'm blow drying the side of someone's head that is not convenient for being right-handed, I'm almost like...
It really does feel awkward to get into those positions. That's why I try to like get in front of people. I'm like all up on my clients. You know, I really am. I try to get in there. You know.
She has like a jungle gym. She'll be like stand on your shoulders.
I was considering getting like a stepping stool because I think I'm shrinking a little bit. And I'm like, I need to get like a higher up. I mean, I'm not that short. I'm like 5'4", but I feel like I lost a half inch somewhere. Either that or some more platform shoes. I don't know, whatever.
Well, I think we should get, okay, you know what I've always thought is so dang cool? Are those acrobatics you can do with the, what do they call them? They're like silk ribbons, not ribbons, curtains or something. What is that called? Something hanging from the ceiling and it's like fabric.
Okay, I've seen it before. I don't know what it's called though.
You wrap your leg or something in it and you can like go up or down.
Right.
You could do that behind the chair. And just like Spider Woman drop in the other side and like trim their bangs and then
oh my God. That would be so much fun.
Oh my gosh, we could charge double. Oh, sorry guys.
Triple. I mean, because that's like Cirque Soleil shit.
Yeah.
And hair cutting. I mean, that would be kind of cool. Like if they wanted to throw me in on stage one day, and like just to like mix up their Cirque du Soleil.
We could be like 2024 version of like Edward Scissorhands, but sexy, and
doing a twirl around and coming down with a brush and just.
These fabric acrobatics. I'm gonna find out about this.
Oh boy.
Woo! We're gonna have to like have one mounted to the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah, forget the stripper pole, people. We're going all out. We're doing acrobats here.
Yes. The stripper pole is so last year.
Right? I don't know. Kind of 80s if you ask me. I'm going to say 80s. It's so 80s and we're doing like 90s vibe. 90s vibes.
90s bitches.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up. Please join us next week for more tips on how to live your best life.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe or follow. And please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Lastly, follow us on social media for clips of past and future episodes. All our accounts are listed in the show notes below. Thanks so much for listening.